welcome to Kicking It in the Kitchen. I'm David Doc Robertson. I'm your host. Welcome to Kicking It in the Kitchen. I'm your host, David Doc Robertson, and today we're going back to the basics. Back to basic things that I had to do when I was first released from Rancho Los Amigos Rehabilitation Center in Downey, California. At the time, it was one of the best in the country. How it ranks now, I'm not sure, but I know that they don't have, or patients like me are not given the same amount of rehab that I received because I was there almost a year. Now, one thing that I had to do, my whole family had to adjust, just like I'm pretty sure that yours will have to adjust or are doing right now. And staying home by myself was the only option that we had during the day because my mom had to work, my brother had to work, and my sister had summer school. And I didn't want them to change their schedule just because I returned home from the hospital. And one thing that we made sure of was that there was always snacks around. Oops. Oh well. There were always snacks around. And this isn't what we had back then. Good old carrots. Here's an apple. For some of you that might be a new invention, but it's nice and tasty and juicy. And this apple down here, or this carrot down here, is bugging me. I'm going to see if I can pick that up with my fork. Let's see here. And I got it. Okay. So as you can see, my fork, my handy dandy fork, comes in handy. Another thing that we did so that I could eat during the day was my mom would go out, or my brother, somebody would go out and get my favorite fast food. I had a certain hot dog that I liked a lot, chili cheese with onions. And actually, I think I invented the chili cheese dog. But I'm not going to go into that. The cameraman doesn't believe it. No, I will tell that story. When I was 12 or 13, I was down at a place on Slauson Avenue, and it was called Heinzelberger back then. I think now it's called Hungry Harris. And I asked for a chili dog. And then I said, can you put cheese on that? And the guy said, you want cheese on a chili dog? And he even went back and got his manager. And they said, hey, you want cheese on the chili dog? And I said, yes, I want cheese on the chili dog. And then the next week when I went back, it was on the menu, chili cheese dog, and the cheese one was 20 cents more than the regular dog. So I'm taking credit for the chili cheese dog. Okay, so another thing that we had, like I said, let me move these carrots out of the way, is we would have like my favorite hot dog. although we didn't have them in the plastic bag. But now, I highly recommend that you put it in a plastic bag and keep it wrapped up when you put it in the microwave oven. That will do a couple of things. First, it will help it heat up correctly, and then the bread won't get really hard like it does if you just stick the sandwich in without the plastic bag. So you just pull that open, and another thing what you should do is, let's see here. You want to open this a little bit so that the air can circulate in the bag. And you put that in there. And you just cook it for 1 minute and it is done. All right? I'm not going to eat that right now. That's a great big sandwich, and I'll save that later on. But I will be needing the microwave, so I'm going to take this out of here. Let's see. Oops. All right. And that's how Now if that were hot, I would probably use my fork in order to get that out. Okay. So that's fast food. And that, oh, another thing. If you don't have a plastic bag and you want to keep your bread nice and moist when you warm up something in the microwave, just get a nice cup like this, fill it halfway with water, and put that in the microwave with your fast food, and the bread, the water will steam up and keep the bread nice and moist for you. Okay, so next, let's move this out of the way. All right, next, another thing that I used to do is make hot dogs myself. And like I said, even though this towel is clean, I always put a paper towel on my lap. Okay. Oh, by the way, I want to, I know the people out there watching, some of my regular watchers. President Barack Obama, how's it going? And your beautiful wife, Michelle. I'm glad you are becoming big fans of mine. Also, I want to congratulate Venus and Serena Williams for having such great years in tennis this past season. I've been following you. You remember we met over at Rancho Park, over where the other Richard works with Fred Williams. All right, yeah, of course you remember me. Who forgets me? Yeah. All right. And also, last but not least, you know you vets always got you right in here. Okay, so I'm going to make a hot dog. This is something that I always, and I still make hot dogs a lot. You know, for that quick snack. I used to have a favorite, but they changed the recipe, and so it's not my favorite anymore. I just get a piece of bread out of here. All right. I put this back. All right. And now Now, you can use any condiment that you like. What I'm going to do today, I'm in the mood for honey mustard. And the reason I use honey mustard is that I get that sweet taste of relish along with the mustard taste, and I don't have to put on two things. I just get them both with one. All right? So, let's see. All right, so I put good on here really hard. There. Now I got it. I don't know if you can understand, but I said somebody had put that on there really hard. There we go. And I just put this against my face and then squeeze real tight like that. All right, think that's enough? Okay. And I always put the top right back on just to avoid accidents. And accidents do happen. Shucks. There we go. Put that on there nice and tight. Okay. Then I grab a wiener. Let's see. When I open these, I always bite a hole on one side and then just squeeze it through like that. Okay? And this I am actually going to eat. Alright. Now, for this taping, we actually set brand new paper towels in here. Okay, I'm going to just take this and I'm going to just dump it in here. Okay, sometimes letting things out of my hand is harder than picking them up. Okay, so I'm going to press the 1 for express cook, even though I'm only going to cook it for 25 to 30 seconds. But this makes it go faster. Now, while that's doing that, I'm going to spread this around. The cameraman doesn't like me to do it with my hand, but I say, why mess up a knife, right? That's nice and tasty. Oh, and it's on. Stop and clear. So that was 30 seconds. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn that around. And I'm going to get that out of there. Of course, I will clean up the microwave later on. And let's take a bite of this. Okay. That's a good dog. All right, so let's see. We went over snacks, and we went over fast food, and this delicious hot dog. Real good. I'm going to move these out of the way so that I can go over one more thing for you. And it's actually, it can't be any more American than PB&J. And I hope that the cameraman is only getting a medium shot on me right now. Okay. Now I can get my director's credit for this. Okay, so I'm using grape jelly, which is the best that there is, and smooth peanut butter for my sandwich. Out of the two elements, I'm sure you can guess that the peanut butter is going to be the toughest. I'm going to do the jelly right now because it is the easiest. And this jelly has all the ingredients that I need. It's not less fat and it's not less sugar, because I don't know if you can tell on camera, I do need to try to gain weight. And if anybody puts less sugar or less fat in their product, it is not being brought into this house. Okay, so I'm using that. Okay, I'm using my mouth to open that. And I just press this against my face again because I don't have the strength to push this with my two hands. And so I'm just pushing this right like that against my jawbone. And okay, there we go. I like a lot of jelly, as you can tell. All right. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure that, let's say whoever you live with is going away for the day. You don't want to reach for the peanut butter and not be able to open the jar. So make sure that the top is loose for you, all right, so that you can get that sucker off of there. All right, so I think that's enough. No, that's not enough turns yet. There we go. All right, so now I have a spoon and I have a knife. I'm going to show you what happens when I use a knife. Okay, this is how I did it before my accident, and okay, that went on pretty good. Now I'm going to show you using a spoon. This jar looks like it's pretty, it's used pretty well. And so let's see, I might need to use a bigger spoon. Well, I'll try this one. Okay. I use a spoon because I can get a lot more on here. Oops, it's coming out of my hand there. Okay. Let's see. Now, I just pick up the bread and smooth it down on the corner, and then that way I just spread it around from the corner all over the place. And there's still some on the spoon. Okay. There we go. And just spread that around there. And use the same thing to spread the jelly around. Oops. There we go. Okay, so I will just set that right there. This came off, but that's all right. So now we have our peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I'm just going to set this spoon over here and set this knife. You can use whichever one you think is best for you. All I'm doing is making suggestions for you. If you would like me to come and speak to your group of veterans or at a rehab center or anywhere, feel free to email me at David. Email me at david@daviddoc.com. It's right at the top of the screen. No, I said the top of the screen. No, okay, at the bottom of the screen. All right, forget it. Wherever on the screen it is, that's where you can email me, okay? And once again, I'm David Doc Robertson. You've been watching Kicking It in the Kitchen. Come back next time, and let's see, we've been doing breakfast, we did lunch, and next time will be dinner. All right, so until then, I'm David Doc Robertson with Kicking It in the Kitchen. And cut.
Fried neck bones and some home fries. Fried neck bones and some home fries. Fried neck bones and some home fries. Fried neck bones and some home